Da-da-da. Okay, we're going live.
Ooh.
Da-da-da-da. Got a notice from welcome everybody. Getting set up here as usual. Welcome to our special fundraiser. If you're watching and you want to contribute, give to whatever organization you think is going to be most effective in helping women in Texas get their abortion rights back. I'm not going to collect money. You can find them. So the way we go here, Lisa, is we have an order and we go around. Each person does one song, or you can do 3 or 4 if you really want, but catch up.
I just want to interrupt that this was supposed to be a Labor Day thing, and that causes maybe the opposite of labor. Anyway, no, it doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah.
Labor, pun on labor? No, not really. Okay, good.
Not, but you can go there if you want. I'm not going to go there. But so we're going to start as we usually do with Walt and Marlene, and then we'll do Pete, and then Des, and then Lisa, and then me. And Ruth says she's going to sit out, so I'll go ahead and highlight Walton. And then Lisa and Ruth, you definitely want to mute when you're not performing, so made some problems. So let's see. Hold on. I'll get started here. Okay. There they are. Big as life.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Ha! Hoo! Ha! It's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah. That's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah, all day long they're singing. Hoo! Ha! Hoo! Ha! Hoo! Ha! Hoo! Ha! That's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah, that's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah, all day long they work so hard till the sun's going down, working on the highways and byways and wearing a frown. You hear that moaning their lives away, and then you hear somebody say, that's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah, that's the sound of the men working on the chain. Can't you hear that singing? I'm going home one of these days. I'm going home, see my woman, whom I love so dear. But meanwhile, I got to work right here. That's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah, that's the sound of the men working on the chain. Yeah, all day long they're singing. My, 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 my. My work is so hard. Give me water. I'm thirsty. My, my. My work is so hard. Oh, my, 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 my. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We worked for minutes and minutes upon that.
Very nice. I'm glad someone took the labor theme serious because I certainly didn't.
Okay, well,
That's nice.
we could have done "You're having my baby." No,
No,
no, not
wrong
that labor.
Diz, now look what you've done.
Okay, so let's bring Pete up. Okay, what you got for us, Pete?
Well, I do have a labor song, but I think I'll save that for later. This is one that I actually did at Unitarian Church yesterday. It's called Swing Your Hammer. I think some of you have heard it before, but I've kind of reworked it, so let's see what you think. They tell me that the universe conforms a certain curve. Our mortal eyes are powerless to measure or observe. We know its destination, though our hearts know where it leads. It stretches toward a better place of justice and of peace. But why, I hear you asking, and how can this be so? The answer that you're looking for is closer than you know. Don't go looking for the fingerprints of some almighty hand. Every one of us is part of this arc-bending band. Every time you take a stand for truth, treat a stranger as your friend, or shelter someone from the storm that arc begins to bend. With every vote you cast, it bends each harbored refugee. With every broken heart you mend, it swings one more degree. So swing your hammer, drive that steel. Dream a dream of justice, then make that justice real. Your tools aren't doing any good sitting on a shelf. That arc may bend toward justice, but that thing won't bend itself. Every time you call for peace or speak against the wrong, your actions ring like hammer blows, they sing a justice song. Don't go looking for the fingerprints of some almighty hand, 'cause every one of us is part of this arc-bending band. So swing your hammer, drive that steel. Sing a song of justice, then make that justice real. Your tools aren't doing any good sitting on a shelf. That arc may bend toward justice, but that thing won't bend itself. Swing your hammer, drive that steel. Teach your children justice, then make that justice real. Your tools aren't doing any good sitting on a shelf. That arc may bend toward justice, but that thing won't bend itself. Swing your hammer, drive that steel. Just live a life of justice, then make that justice real. Your tools aren't doing any good sitting on a shelf. That arc may bend toward justice, but that thing won't bend itself. Yeah, your tools aren't doing any good sitting on a shelf. That arc may bend toward justice, but that thing won't bend itself. Yeah, the arc may bend toward justice, but that thing won't bend itself.
I think that's a fine Labor Day song.
Yes.
King song.
Actually, that is a Labor Day song. I wrote it for a Labor Day thing.
There you go.
I forgot that I did that.
When Dr. King died, he was doing a sanitation worker strike. So that's a fine. He was a labor leader and a socialist.
Yep. It's
He allowed himself to
all
be
connected.
filmed calling himself a socialist. Sorry.
I'll count myself in that number.
Yay, me too. Hey, hello.
Hello, Des. The mysterious.
Hello.
Now,
The mysterious. I have fingernails. Hello. I'm Des Pickard, despicablemusic.org. Let me start with something obscene. I've got a Dr. King song, which I was thinking of playing. If we get through that far, we just have to. For Labor Day, we have to go till midnight. For the workers. Anyway, let me sing something about a song about workers who one would need to recruit for any sort of successful movement, who are voting for Trump right now. Although this wasn't a Trump song, I wrote it before him. Well, I am happy with the way my father made me. It was by sticking his array into my mom. 'Cause every day you're telling me the pecker I turned out to be means I'm only being true to where I am from. And I am proud to be an Okie from Muskogee. At any place where they won't tell me that I'm scum. If that's my one way to be proud, the one true thing that I'm allowed means I'm only being true to where I'm from. It shouldn't take you being born again in Jesus. What difference should it make if you were from some other land? But I can't go back to the womb and be born a genius. And y'all won't pay me to do anything I can. I get no play for doing nothing, and I seen yous. I seen the way you wanna stick it to the man. As far as I can see, that means he talks like me. So please forgive me if I don't get with the plan. My liberal friends today, your pissy golden trickle gives over to the blinding light of kingdom come. I guess you'll wish you okay. I guess you'll wish the folks you'd use been left a little left to lose, or will you just be self-excused? 'Cause I'm so dumb. Till then I'm only being true. I am in all respects like you. And that I'm only being true to where I'm from. I'm on the George Orwell side of socialism in the sense of you actually have to organize the actual workers. I'm very much liking Jean-Claude Michéa. I'm looking for all the English translations of him I can find, and I'm going to try to put up some of my own. Anyway, hey.
I like the Merle Haggard reference personally. So
Cool, thank you.
Also the joke about Kingdom Come. I thought that was pretty funny.
I'm working on another song actually titled Kingdom Come, which will be as nasty as I can make it. Hooray! And it's an attack on Elon Musk, among others.
Okay.
Okay, so
You can hear that?
her debut on the Social Distance Cafe. Drum roll, please.
First one, yes. This isn't a Labor Day song. I actually do have one I'm working on, but it's not presentable. So instead, this song is about Ireland. So it's about a trip we took to this place called Scalig Michael, which is like this island that's like looks like a mountain going out of the sea. So that's what this is. It's really about my son. Oh yeah, that's great. Steps without a rest, he took the flight, climbed far above me, beyond my sight, birds gliding in blue sky above this mountain rising from the sea. Guide to me. Let me find it. Sailing the bay in wind-whipped waves, clutching a tilting mast, drenched by the freezing swells. He only laughed as the boat steeply heeled. That boy is a guide to me. I can't interpret the dreams playing in his eyes. He won't talk about the messes we carry inside. Though a youth still half awake, he won't hesitate to walk just like a man. Straight as a tree, he stood by me at the graveside. My father laid to rest while I cried. A broken heart feels so alone. Without words, he gave us strength so sweet. That boy is a guide to me. 600 steps without a rest, he took that flight. Climbed far above me, beyond my sight, gazing at the wide world. He said, fear must be what it feels to be free. Right before you leap, that boy is a guide to me. That boy is a guide to me. That boy is a guide to me. There goes my first one.
Yay!
Yeah, that was really good.
It was.
Thank you.
What is the title of that song?
600 steps. I started calling it guide though because I don't want people to think I'm saying guy. So I was like, guide.
It was partly to get clarification of that. I wanted to hear.
It's
I didn't
hard
know
to-
if you were saying guide or God. I'm really weird, and my
Yeah,
sound
you know,
isn't great on this phone.
It's hard to say that word in a song, but I don't know what other word to use. So, any ideas, throw 'em my way. So,
Steps. I like that.
thank you.
Yeah, I like the play on he took that flight of steps, and yeah,
Cool.
it's beautiful. We were hearing your guitar really well, but
And-
your
yeah, it
vocals were
sounded great.
almost inaudible.
All right. How about now? It should be raining today. Should be raining today. Okay. Should be raining today. Should be raining today. Not a cloud in the sky. And the sun burns like fire. And the blue sky's a lie. I've been nothing but lonely since you passed away. And the way that I'm feeling, it should be raining today. Now all that you left me is this Gibson guitar, the one you were picking in that North Hollywood bar. You put it in my hands and you taught me to play. I'm so lonesome I could cry. Should be raining today. I can feel every mark, fingers left in the wood, as I practice for hours, like you told me I should. But I can't match the rhythm of that lick you would play, and I'm forgetting the chords. It should be raining today, and the way that I'm feeling should be raining today.
I like that one.
Thank you.
It's very nice, Michael.
Gonna start.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a version of it, but it's come together better. We got Rich joining us.
Hey. Hey, Rich.
Yay!
Hey, Rich.
Hey.
So why don't we go back to Walt and Marlene, and then you can go right after them. Okay, Rich? How's that? All right.
Okay, I'm gonna let you be the leader here.
Hang on. In keeping with some of the lyrics from that last song.
I found a picture of you. Oh, well, it hijacked my world tonight to a place in the past that we've been cast out of. Oh, back in the fight, back on the train. Oh, back on the chain gang. Circumstance beyond our control. Oh, phone, the TV, and the news of the world. Got in the house like a pigeon from hell. Oh, through sand in our eyes and descended like flies. Put speck on the train. Oh, back on the chain gang. The powers that be that force us to live like we do bring me to my knees when I see what they've done to you. Well, I die as I stand here today, knowing that deep in my heart they'll feel to ruin one day for making us part. I found a picture of you. Oh, those were the happiest days of my life. Like a break in the battle was your part. Oh, in the wretched life of a lonely heart. Now I'm back on the train. Oh, back on the chain gang. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Whoops. Hope that wasn't me.
I think that was my microphone. I turned it and it made a noise.
So Rich is gonna, in between calls from nurses.
I can play. Sure. So I'm at the hospital. I've been here now for 4 days. I got one more day before I get to leave. I'm not a patient though. I think this is the first song I ever wrote in drop D. It was, I don't think I've shared this song. I did a songwriting school at the Kerrville Folk Festival, my first year there that I ever been there. And they had a guy, you might know his songs maybe, who was one of the teachers, John Imms. And Mr. Imms was the guy who wrote She's in Love with the Boy for Trisha Yearwood, Trisha Yearwood's first big hit. And I didn't really have a problem with the song, but he was like this real asshole. It was my impression. So he inspired this, which was essentially my 96 theses, my my mission statement as a songwriter, at least at the time. It's called Nashville Patiently. Your words are simple minded, and if I hear just one more, I'll feel my head go soft. They're dressed up pretty, posing as beautiful. Don't give me romance, give me Guernica. Tell me a story, do not tell me how you feel. I couldn't care less, see, but that's just how I feel. Tell me a story, do not open up your heart. Those stupid metaphors will bleed you white as chalk. Go on, lie to me, just not to yourself. Spare me your honesty, I would rather hear the truth. Tear my shirt open with all of your cliches. It's not that they are so familiar, it's that they are dead wrong. Tell me a story, make it absolutely real. Put nothing in between us, grab my hands, pull me in. Turn on your radio anywhere, anytime. You'll hear Nashville patiently pick shit out of its teeth, then lick its lips and grin in every storefront that it's sold in. Oh, don't you ever say love, make love to me. Grab hold of my hair, pull my head down to your mouth. Give me something, whisper one real idea. You see, I am not your friend, I'm your lover till the end. Tell me a story, make me remember you. I'm hungry as hell, and I'm losing patience too. Tell me a story, can't you?
Yes, yes.
I love that song.
That is a great song.
I never heard the Guernica thing before.
Michael, still can't hear you, Mike.
It's got all quiet.
I know. We're just waiting for Michael to come back.
So what's up with Simon?
Oh, yeah, he's retired from doing Richard's sound.
So it's just he decided, he and his wife decided to retire.
Yeah, this year. Well, she'll still be a photographer.
Yeah, and he'll still be doing sound, but he's not going to be doing live sound for Richard. He has lots of audio projects he does.
Oh, it's sort of he just kind of walking away from touring.
Yes,
Yeah, kind
40 years.
Yeah, 40 years of being on the road can kind of get on you after a while.
I would say that's probably true.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yay, he's back.
All right, I'm just going over my camera now. Let me try to switch back. See what happens.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Well, you're there, but your mic's really low. Make sure the connection to the mic's fine. Yeah, so that's what's going on with Simon.
I was just concerned that it was something horrible.
No,
Although it would
no.
really be any of my business, but still.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
And they want to move. They want to get the hell out of Texas.
They want to move from Texas probably into Virginia, which is where her folks are from.
Hello.
It'll be closer to us.
It'd be closer to us. We can actually go down and visit. We can go down for tea.
Hello.
Where are you
There
guys?
you are. We're in Ohio. We're in Ohio.
You're in Ohio. Hello.
Just for
I
that
was in
song.
Ohio. No, we're in Maryland. We're in Maryland.
We're in Baltimore. Walter's brain might still be in
I'm,
Ohio.
I have a potential high school reunion coming.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. But also, the guitars
That
make all
sounds
kinds
good.
of noise now. But sorry about that.
What's up next?
Let's go to Pete.
Those of you who've been doing this since the beginning know that I can always be counted on to bring out a Billy Bragg song from time to time, but it's been a long time.
I'm a huge Billy Bragg fan. Big.
Well, I hope I can do this one justice. I was a docker, I was a miner, I was a railwayman between the wars, and I raised a family in time of austerity with sweat at the foundry between the wars. I paid the union, and as times got harder, I looked to the government to help the working man. They brought prosperity down at the armory. We're arming for peace, me boys, between the wars. I kept the faith, and I kept voting, not for the iron fist, but for the helping hand. But theirs is a land with a wall around it, and mine is my faith in my fellow man. Theirs is a land of hope and glory, mine is the green field and the factory floor. Theirs is a sky all dark with bombers, and mine is the peace we knew between the wars. The craftsman, call up the draftsman, build me a path from cradle to grave, and I'll give my consent to any government that does not deny a man a living wage. Bring me the young men, never to fight again. Bring up the banners from the days gone by. Sweet moderation, heart of this nation, desert us not, we are between the wars.
All right.
All right.
Yay!
Very nice.
Song and good Labor Day song. Okay, Des, I'm gonna bring you up here.
Hey,
Everyone can see the.
Whoever you are the best. You personally are the best of the working class. If you own a factory, you're the cream of the crop of the working class for owning it and working hard to own it, and you know, thinking about what you're going to do with it and investing wisely and all that. And if you're a manager or a doctor, Rich, a doctor, you're the best of the working class, and it's not like you're like a parasite feeding on the rest of us. So anyway, here's a song.
Not if I can avoid getting caught. I'll be fine.
You save kids, so damn you.
Ivermectin helps with that.
But no, every 4 years we seem to decide. Everyone votes whether they hate their landlord or their boss more, or fear their landlord or their boss. And if they fear their landlord, then they're going to vote Democrat, and if they fear their manager, then they're probably going to vote Republican. So anyway, here's a song about. It's called "Get a Job." So you pass him each morning, you work 9 to 5, and you pass by the place where he's sitting, and you got where you're going through passion and drive. Oh, but who are you kidding? Who are you kidding? 'Cause it's not everybody that gets to arrive without having to beg or to rob. You pass by your boss, he looks barely alive, and you don't want to say, get a job. So you're not hard to find that come the top of the day. He walks into the place like he's your king, and you'd like to remind him that isn't okay. No, not while you're working, not here where you're working. And you could be a jerk and remind him, okay, but you're making him feel like a slob with a real air of menace that won't go away. And you don't want to say, get a job, get a job, get a job, pick something to be. That's not half of it, living off lying to me. An honest day's work for an honest day's pay, but that's not how it is in the world today. So you know the day's brought him more stresses than you, and he's possibly friendly in person. There's a whole lot of truth in the same old excuses. We're always rehearsing, and he could be a worse one. He tells you when it's true and hears you with your hand on the knob. And he does any work that they give him to do, and you don't tell him to get a job. Get a job, get a job, get a job. Stop living off me and give something back to the society. An honest day's work for an honest day's pay, but that's not how it is in the world today. It's not in the world today. So I pass you this evening, we're both making tracks for the places our days are forgiven. And we'd like to believe that it's only an accident, how he's been living and how we've been living. And so much to grieve in these hours, to relax in the facts, to retreat, bleeping macabre. Damn. All this sad repertory of retreats and attacks, the ducking and weaving or getting the axe, break the ecology up and stuff it in sacks, so the kings will infest us jokers and jacks, and with so many windows to swab that I don't tell you to get a job.
Hey.
I like that. And
my boss, when he finally figured out where my music website was, the first song he saw was that one, which I had just written. And it convinced him for the rest of the time that I wasn't like hero worshiping him. I was just, conscientious. So that worked out okay.
yeah, I'm a university administrator, so I've heard get a job more than once. Get a real job. Yeah.
None of us have one. That's the secret.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty much all the same BS. All right. Well, let's on that happy note for later. Let's bring Lisa up.
All right, if you don't mind, this is like a new song, so I might fumble through it, but it's kind of about working, so I thought I would throw it in the mix. This is about working moms, and it's called Mama Bear Train. My dog just came down. Sit. That was my dog. Okay. Mama Bear train running down the line. Mama Bear train, get you there on time. She won't get your stop at the station. What's her next destination? This ain't no first class. No one opened your door. The paint is peeling, upholstery well worn, but hear our engine hum as we make this run, hitting each mark, getting things done. Mama Bear train running down the line. Mama Bear train, get you there on time. She won't miss your stop at the station. What's her next destination? Freight car is open, take another load, picking up the passengers, always on the go, bring home bacon, three daughters and sons, the back and forth, a daily marathon. I won't be held up by storms and rain. Don't wanna rest at the roundhouse if all I hear is complaints. Empty hills were ended, empty cars unhitched, but each derailment took a toll. If I stop to remember, tears might drown my coals. Alongside them big boys, running parallel lines, flyers breezing on past me, stuck by lovely wives, polished up, whistle proud, the signals worked out, but I'd never jump this track, don't wanna get around, 'cause I'm on a bear train, running down the line. Mama Bear train, get you there on time. She won't miss your stop at the station. What's her next destination? Go, Mama Bear, go. So it's solo rough, but
Good ideas.
good. Thank you.
But I was kind of thinking of take the last train to Mama Bear. There you go. Okay. So I think I've got my sound sorted a little better, but I have to check the balance when I start playing again too. So because I had done something weird. So this is the thing, like trying to do your own sound and run these things at the same time. It's just
I know a really good sound man.
all right. All he has to do is fly to my house every show. Guitar might be a little loud. Let me see. So I kind of think this fits as a Labor Day song, and it also is. It's about injustice. 20 miles from Lone Pine, where the winter winds blow hard and cold. They tell of a vision arising from foul deeds of old. You can hear ghostly voices from a place where there once was a bar. See a young woman swaying to the sound of a Spanish guitar. On Halo was a beauty who would dance at that bar long ago. Place they called Rita's, where the young silver miners would go. They would waltz on the floor with an halo of vision in white. And each man dreamed that he'd be alone with Angela that night. But Angela had a secret that she knew that she never could tell, never be said. For she was deeply in love with Rita and pined for her bed. Until that magic night when their bodies entwined until dawn, sharing their forbidden love till the dark night was gone. Oh, Angela, said Rita, I swear that my love is so true, and I'd kill any man who endeavored to lie with you. Oh, Rita, I promise with all of the love that I can that I'd happily die before I would lie with a man. One night a rich man saw Angela and he did swear on that night he'd have her no matter what she might care. For a man who has money thinks a woman can be bought and sold, gaining her affections with pockets of silver and gold. When Angela cried no, he threw her down onto the bed. She was kicking and punching and scratching his face till he bled, until he pulled a dagger and plunged it deep in her chest, and turned to walk from the room while the blood stained her dress. But suddenly Rita appeared at the door with a gun, and that coward he offered her money for the foul deed he'd done. But Rita fired once and the bullet went straight to his head. By the moment that man hit the floor, he was already dead. The sheriff said, Rita, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you must die. You'll be hanged in the morning when the bright sun returns to the sky. For if a barmaid can kill a rich man with no price to pay, how could any man ever feel safe in our town today? And 100 years later, you can find a few bricks on the ground, and the specter of Angela waltzing in a stained cotton gown. Her beauty breathtaking beneath the cold moon in the night, and no one will lie with the angel of the ghost town tonight.
Song.
Hey, that's great output from the laundromat in Woods.
Yeah, I wrote, that's my murder ballad that I wrote.
Gosh, it's great.
Thank you. Yeah, I while I was doing laundry in Woodstock, New York. Something about Woodstock, just
Makes you think of Mexican bars and ballads.
That's right.
Yeah, well, some of you knows, but they, Linda Thompson was talking about murder ballads, and
Always think about what you know.
Richard said something. Yeah, well, and so I was thinking about how one of the sort of stories of Richard Thompson in his songwriting was the realization that he didn't have to try to sound American. He could write about, he could use British musical idioms and British lyrics in his songs, and create his own kind of British folk. And so I'm kind of taking that back the other direction. I said, okay, so if I'm writing a murder ballad, what, I think of Marty Robbins. So that was definitely, kind of,
a Marty Robbins kind of song.
yeah, that was definitely the inspiration. But updated to 2021.
Has to get a nudie suit.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
that store is still there. I should go there sometime. All right, we're back around to Walt and Marlene. Oops, that would not do it. There we go. All right, you got some more chains for us?
No chains, but more slogging. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello.
Oh,
Hello?
we're up there, huh?
It's an A, right?
A,
okay.
A.
A.
Give me an A, a bouncy
Bouncy
A.
A. Wait.
No.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Big boss man, don't you hear me when I call? Oh yeah, big boss man, don't you hear me when I call? Oh yeah, where you ain't so big, you just tall, that's all. Well, you got me working, boss man, working round the clock. Want a little drink of water, but you won't let me stop, big boss man. Won't you hear me when I call? Oh yeah. Well, you ain't so big, you're just tall, that's all. Take it. I'm gonna find me another boss man, one that'll treat me right. Work hard in the daytime and rest easy at night, big boss man. Don't you hear me when I call? Oh yeah. Well, you ain't so big, you just tall, that's all. Hey. Well, big boss man, don't you hear me when I call? Oh yeah, a big boss man, don't you hear me when I call? And I'm calling you right now. Well, you ain't so big, you just tall, that's all. Well, you ain't so big, you just tall, that's all. Well, you ain't so big, you just tall, that's all.
Yeah. You got me inspired. Next Labor Day, I'm gonna learn take this job and shove it. Take this job and shove it. I'm working here no more. You could do those in a medley almost. You know, you can do pretty much the same rhythm.
Do that, and the other thing we were thinking of was Pharaoh.
Well, very good.
Okay, Rich, we're back to you.
So I guess I was thinking while you were playing how to continue with the work theme for Labor Day. And this one does have the honor. I think I've played it here before. I don't know. Being a boss that has been enjoyed by several of my bosses who have later fired me. Let's get this right. I'm gonna get me a great big truck and load her up with everything I own. Blow my last $5 on gas, then drive up to the high cliffs overlooking the sea. Me and everything I own are gonna stop and contemplate the ocean, reflect on our lives as our lives surely pass us by. Bet the boss is wondering where I'm at and where his favorite chair is gone. It's a great place to park your lazy ass. He's gonna miss me when I'm gone. Me and everything I own. Oh, he brought along a few things that I stole from my neighbors' homes. It's okay, 'cause they're all insured. You see, I saw to that. I was the one that sold it to them before me and everything they had headed for the hills. Bet the boss is wondering where I'm at, where this month's payroll went. It's a great way to spend all those latter years. Every material need met. around my truck. At the base of the cliff where the surf runs away, the sad remains of everything that I own. The police suspect foul play, and although my corpse was never found, they figure it washed out to sea. In the insurance game, tragedies like this have a name: double indemnity. Bet the boss is wondering where I'm at, and knowing him, he's pretty stressed. But me, I'm living a little like Paul Gauguin on an island where the women underdress. The only difference is I'm very rich. Oh yeah, and I'm extremely happy. And who says that you can't take it with you? Here's to dying young and everything I own.
Gotta love that, Rich.
You love that song.
That's Dr. Demento's favorite Rich Kruger song.
And that's high praise. Dr. Barry Hansen.
Indeed.
Nervous.
Okay, Pete.
I don't know. This talks about our twisted and unhealthy relationship to work. I had to prove it to myself. I could play with the big boys, buy the big toys, make a big noise. So I danced around the world, chasing brass rings, always out of reach. Those glittering things, tempted by fortune, distracted by fame. My eye on the wrong prize, I almost lost the game. So stop this carousel, turn the ship around, help me get this plane back on solid ground. 'Cause a pocket full of brass, no matter what they say, can't buy another hour, can't buy another day. Come and take my hand, come and be with me. Step into the sun, we'll see what we can see. There's no time to waste, not a moment left to spare. I don't want a new love, want to grow the one we share. 'Cause we don't need a new car, we'll fix the one we got. And we don't need a fancy house, we're in the right spot. I don't need a new guitar, I've got some new strings. I'm just so tired of chasing brass rings. Now I am myself, nothing left to prove, nothing left to gain, and everything to lose. So come and take my hand, come and be with me. Step into the sun, we'll see what we can see. There's no time to waste, not a moment left to spare. I don't want a new love, want to grow the one we share. 'Cause I don't need a new car, we'll fix the one we got. We don't need a fancy house, we're in the right spot. And I don't need a new guitar, I've got some new strings. I'm just so tired of chasing brass rings. Brass rings.
Really like that one.
It's a good one.
Have you ever seen a thing where they actually have brass rings?
Yeah, it's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's out now.
Well, no, though I've seen them on a merry-go-round.
It's a merry-go-round thing.
right.
Like,
Totally nuts because
they're like hanging on a ring, and you're supposed to grab them as you go by.
you have to like lean like way off. It's definitely something that was designed before liability lawyers.
Right, exactly.
Just like no way, because first of all you have to lean way out, right? And then your hand is like it's like on a little stand. You could whack your finger and easily break a finger or something. You got to like just time it right and stick your finger and pull the thing out. It's totally nuts. So yeah, chasing brass rings, really bad idea. You can fall on your face. You can break your hand. Good
It's all
advice.
consistent with the spirit of the song.
Absolutely. But I still don't believe you don't need a new guitar.
Well, my usual introduction for that song is every line of this song is true except for one.
Okay, Des.
That was really cool. Are we going 2 hours or an hour and a half? Because I'd love to. Anyway, I'll probably do this one anyway, even if it's the last one.
I think this is probably last time around.
Oh, okay, fine. I will not do my Martin Luther King song. There's a cliche of, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do the other song, the one
Okay.
which if it's not that would mean it's racist or something. No, okay. There's a cliche of folk songwriters that we claim copyright for peace, and we do portray the less enlightened or less middle class as beasts. But there's a fray and it's for life and death we're tempted to adore. Cause if you can't go making bank on fighting, then what are markets for? Everything's better in a war, baby. Everything's better in a war. Everything's better in a war, baby. Everything's better in a war. When it comes to motivation or to building character, when you've got to follow orders or you'll end up as manure. In the way a member of a board does, everything's better in a war. Everything's better in a war, baby. Everything's better in a war. When your company or theirs will shortly not be anymore. When no one calls the king a miser when the Kaiser's at the door. So when I say jump, you say how high, sir? Everything is better in a war. When you're winning, when you're not among the targets, that's the main thing. So we say everything's better in markets. Everything is better in markets. Hey! Everything's better in a war, baby. Much more efficient in a war. See the size of that there crater, see that flash and hear that roar. If we lose another mission, we'll recruit 100 more. And that's what we call efficiency. So everything is better in a war. Everything's better in a war, baby. Much, much freer in a war. There's an enemy dictator you could be peeling taters for. Now he's just across the battlefield if you really feel that sore. For the freedom of choice that'll yield, everything is better in a war. There's got to be a point beyond of which our freedom can't increase. And we have seen a Pax Romana as too many people's plan for peace. So let's agree, peace is impossible. Talking is a bore. And this chaos is democracy. If everything's better in a war, everything's better in a war, everything's better in a war. Everything's better in a
bastard panic reaches that stock market floor. Cause perhaps the best decisions aren't made in shock and awe. Until we find out what comes after Manic and the freaking DSM-4. And how the hump said life at the life of man gets nasty and brutish and short. Still, it's refreshingly organic. And everything's better in a war.
Yeah?
There's an evil dictator you can be peeling taters.
for.
Because you can always change jobs, and that's democracy, right?
That's right.
When you can't vote with your hands, you can vote with your feet, and that's just as good.
I was just telling with Marlene, you know, it's kind of like a combination of Shel Silverstein and Phillips.
Yeah, there's that. It definitely has that quality. Definitely.
Actually, my musical, there's a really nasty play by Shel Silverstein.
Of course.
And it's all about not chasing brass rings because it's about a songwriter whose truths are so down and dirty that he will never be a success. And my goal was not to be a success, and it's worked.
It's great.
It's very, very rapey, so you should watch. You know, that wasn't the part I liked.
Okay.
That's high like this. Okay. And otherwise, you'll be in Nashville picking shit out of your teeth.
Well, gosh, I hate to slow it down after that fun. That was just fun. So yeah, this song it's a story. So this is a love story kind of, and it's called "To the Sea." So. Of a rising down trough of grey wave, rocked in the cradle of the sea. From the boat's high wheelhouse he swung from the lee, and landed like a cat before me. His face graced by laughter, salt spray in his hair. His eyes held the moods of the sea. His body lean and strong, his words pierced my heart as he sang an old sailor's song. He smelled of north breezes, salt water and storm, while others just smelled of their beer. But his eyes looked past what others could see, toward a place where the golden sun rose. Through bitter cold days we would sit by the fire, stitch together the scraps of our lives. I was rooted to the land, he ebbed toward the sea, his touch a bittersweet glide. He said, I tell you true, I never will change, I cannot remain by your side. Don't give me your heart, I won't carry its weight, I'll leave it behind when we part. I'll always return to the sea, my dear, where there's never any walls for my dreams. I'll rise with the waves, maybe through them I'll sink, but I'll always return to the sea. halyards, wind swelling white sails. The chill grip of winter had thawed. In life as in death, he said you always must go when your true spirit is called. Down at the harbor he stood on the quay, gazed beyond boats heaving holes. Though I gave him my heart, it was lost to the sea, past the melancholy cry of the gulls. He'll always return to the sea, oh my dear, where there's never any walls for his dreams. He'll rise with the waves, maybe through them he'll sink, but he'll always return to the sea. He'll rise with the waves, maybe through them he'll sink, but he'll always return to the sea.
It's really pretty.
It's very pretty.
You wrote that, Lisa? Really nice.
Idea what you were saying, you know, writing a folk song that's sort of like American, but sort of not. So, you know, kind of what you were, that in between kind of thing. Yeah.
Great. Well, I've been struggling with what to end with. I think I'm going to try this one that I've sung for a long time. My vocal mic was distorting. Let me try turning it down. Because it was so soft before, so I turned it up. Turn it up, turn it down. Let's try this. Okay. So this is a song that I learned a long time ago, and it's been kind of, you know, those of you who've listened to stuff that I've written, you can see this was an influential song on me. Song to me. Let's sing. Okay. But the kind of the reason I was thinking of it right now is because it name checks a lot of places up just to the east of Lake Tahoe, which is where the fire's burning right now. So I was thinking about that. Where the Walker runs down to the Carson Valley Plain, there lived a maiden, Darcy Farrell was her name, the daughter of old Dundee, and the fair one was she, and the sweetest flower to bloom o'er the range. Her voice was as sweet as the sugar candy, hair was as soft as a bed of goose down. Her eyes shone bright as the pretty lights that shine through the night out of Yerington town. She was courted by young Vandermeer, and quite handsome was he, as I hear. He brought her silver rings and lacy things, and they promised to wed before the snow began to fall. But her pony did stumble and she did fall. Her dying touched the hearts of us one and all. Young Vandy in his pain put a bullet in his brain, and they buried them together as the snows began to fall.
They sing of Darcy Farrow where the Truckee runs through. They sing of her beauty in Virginia City too. At dusky sundown to her name they drink around. And to young Vandy whose love was true, where the Walker runs down to the Carson Valley Plain, there lived a maiden, Darcy Farrow was her name, the daughter of the old Dundee, and a fair one was she, and the sweetest flower to bloom o'er the range.
I love that song.
Yeah.
So much. It's very weird that you would play that song tonight, because that was one of the. I learned that song a long time ago. Maybe most of you know, if you knew it, learned it from John Denver's Rocky Mountain High album,
Right.
where he had recorded it. And that was a song I played when I first started to play guitar. And somebody made me perform it as a child in South Dakota, where I was just at a burial service. And I was thinking about that song, and I started to play it because I hadn't thought about it. And it kind of like, it always brought tears to my eyes. The other thing about that is, at the time I didn't, but now I'm friends with the guy who wrote that song.
Steve Gillette.
Steve Gillette. He's a Kerrville guy.
Yeah.
And he tells a lot of really bad jokes, and is the MC for the new folk concerts, contest. So he and I are now friends.
Yeah, it's just a good song.
Oh, it's a great song.
It really it has a lot of the things that I try to do in the songs I write, and even though you can kind of tell he just pulled out a map and grabbed all these names of places out of it, but that gives such a feel of reality that.
Yeah, he is long since sort of he doesn't like the song very much, or at least he says that.
He got sick.
But it also kind of to have a song on that record, was a big deal.
Yeah.
For him. John Prine's Paradise was on the same record.
Yeah.
That was probably much bigger introduction to John Prine to the world than Bonnie Raitt's first song, first hit. So yeah,
I'm sure that's
thank you
where I
for
heard it.
playing that.
You're welcome. I'm sure that's where I heard it first, but I used to just sing it around. It was like a campfire song, right? We just sing it.
Yeah. It's sort of the quintessential folk song that's written by somebody, as opposed to made, that's traditional. It sounds like it's traditional in words like, Vandermeer is the name of the bow and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely, it definitely was an influence on that Ghost Town song I wrote, and some of the other songs I've written. That kind of some of that DNA has spread into me. So anyway, thank you all so much. And let's see, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 performers, so I'll send $600 to Planned Parenthood.
Wow.
And there's a few other people watching, so I'll round it up to $750. And anyone wants to contribute, feel free. My friends William and Susan said they would match whatever I sent, so they're going to send similar amount. So, pick who you think will make best use of what you feel you can give, and go ahead and send it off. So,
Thank you very much, sir. That's really good. That's very magnanimous of you.
well, I'm not doing it for you, Des.
I'm doing it for all of us.
All right. Well, y'all have a good week, and I think 2 weeks is no. There's one next weekend, is there? Or 2 weeks?
I think it's 2 weeks, isn't it?
2 weeks is the next one. There's Sunday, 2 weeks from yesterday. So see you. I hope I'll see you
Is it the Saturday or the Sunday?
Saturday. Whatever I sent out, that's what it is.
Okay.
So, all right. Y'all take care. Thank you for coming, Lisa. It's really nice to have you.
Please come back.
Please come back. It's easier the second time.
I'll definitely be back. Yeah.
Good. Thanks. Good to see you, Rich.
Good to see you too, Michael. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody.